Welcome everybody. Good evening. Normally I do this in Italian. It's weird. Now I'm doing it in English. Hi Ronit. So happy
Hi.
to have you here from beautiful island of Paros in Greece, in paradise basically. Oh, so happy for Ronit to be here. We've met in 2017 for my birthday. You were my birthday present.
Yes, it was such a good surprise also for me.
Wow, it's just incredible how we met and actually the things we have in common, uh, for the roots, I mean, and access.
Yes.
And I'm so glad to have met her. She's a big creator of magnitude, and when we started to speak again lately, I was like, oh, who should I invite for the rich guys, the Ricconi? It! And I was like, yes, I'll ask her. So I'm glad to have you here to share your experience with the 10% account, how it has changed your life, and how is it going with it?
I'm so happy. First of all, I'm always happy to speak with you, and I'm always happy to talk about money, and I'm always happy to talk about the 10%. So it's beautiful.
It's a win-win-win.
Yes, yes. And like the Italians, I speak with my hands.
Yes,
So,
it's essential. I don't know how people like world doesn't do it. All people do
yeah,
it. Like,
exactly. Exactly. So, what do you want to ask me about the 10%?
yes. When did you first know about the 10% account?
So actually, really like in the first days of meeting or introducing myself to Access, I saw a little clip that Dr. Dane did. It was many years ago. And he said something about this 10% account and something. I didn't get what it is. However, something clicked. You know how it is when you hear something and your whole universe goes like boom. So my universe was like, I didn't think I understood it, but I
Mm-hmm.
created an envelope and I started putting a 10% only later when doing the money book, money
Oh,
workbook. I was translating the money workbook that Dr. Dane facilitated also years ago. Also, then I got the energy of it. So I
mm.
first started doing it without getting the energy. I perceived the energy, but I didn't get it. And while doing the money workbook, I was like, much more yummier.
So at
So
first you created the envelope, but didn't quite start doing it.
I did it, here
Yeah,
and there.
okay, I totally get
Like,
it. I've done that myself.
yeah, I kind of like cheating myself. You know how it goes. Like, yeah, okay, today I will put some. Tomorrow, no. Today I don't have enough money. All the points of view that we have about money, and then I just got the idea of what it means to accumulate money and what kind of sensation I have not only in my body but in my universe when I see the money accumulating. And the accumulation thing I got from Gary. So it was like in process. I started not knowing what I'm doing, but just perceiving. Then I got a little bit more and then more. And now I'm like really on it.
Oh wow. And actually you can see the ripples, the effect of that in your life now.
Absolutely. I can share a little bit. When I started with the money envelope, my
Yes.
universe was a little bit not in lack. I was never in lack, but I had some debt. I was wanting things or thinking that I want things that I didn't have yet. And my universe was like, what would it take to have more and more money, to create more things? And sometimes that's why I was cheating. That's interesting. I wanted to say cheating. So cheating is shitting. How interesting. Okay. So I
Totally.
was cheating myself and thinking that if I don't have enough money, I keep wanting to do this because these are also like ridiculous points of view. back then
We
I
have
kind of
them.
felt that I don't have enough money to put the 10%. So I was putting 1% or 2% or not remembering or avoiding my envelope. And the envelope was there and calling me and calling me. And I was like, no, we cannot do that. Interesting point of view, yeah? And with the years, and as I said before, as soon as I heard Gary talking about the accumulation, like seeing how the money grows in the envelope and really feeling it, it starts
Yeah.
just like if you can perceive the energy of, I don't know, 20 euro bill in an envelope. It's like, and then
Uh-huh.
perceive the energy of few 20 euro, $20, and then 200s and 500s, and more and more and more, and suddenly it becomes like a puffy, like a pillow of money, so yeah, I just loved it,
I
and the
I
universe
get
changed.
I totally get the energy of this fluffiness, and it's really what they create. They create a like a cushion of um, peace, like and happiness and yumminess. Yeah, all this stuff and more.
Yes, yes, and abundance and joy. And for me, money is creation. Like we can create so much more in the universe with money than without. So as soon as I got this, that money is for creation, then it was easier for me to do and with much more joy to do the envelope. And I showed you before, I'm really into creating envelopes that are happy and joyful. So it's actually like yeah, a regular envelope, okay, that I write, how does it get any better than that? What else is possible? And 10% honoring of me. This is honoring of us. And I just,
Um,
just fill it with money. Let's see some money. And this is from the last foundation that I did. So I love receiving money in
OMG!
cash. Okay.
Woo!
Yes, it's so nice.
All these greens
You
all
can tap into the
together.
energy. Yeah. So, like if you look at this envelope, it's nice. It's okay. Okay. I put some effort in it. Not really effort, but then like, where would you like to put your money more? In this one, you know?
Yes.
That is really like a nice house for your money, It's like really a nice place to put your money. So everything that I do with this 10% is about creating. Um, and you know that there are two, how will I call it, like two approaches to the 10%. 50% of people in Access says, don't touch your envelope, never touch your envelope, just see it grows and grows and grows, or
Oh,
invest in something. And
yeah.
50% of other people in Access, they say, no, use the money to create, to get more classes, or to invest in gold, or whatever it is that people are investing in these
Okay, so
days. So
which 50% of people are you in?
as you can guess, I'm both. I
Yes,
don't go
I
with
could get
this
it.
or that. I'm like,
Yeah, I could
we're
get it.
infinite, So
Mm.
sometimes I really like seeing it grows, I like it. I like the growth of it. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I just like, oh, this is a nice piece of jewelry that I would like to invest in. Or, like, okay, a good example is when we moved to Greece 3 years ago, in the middle of the so-called
Suddenly.
lockdown, when the airports were closed officially, yet we're here. And then we chose to look for a house and to build our house here. And we
Wow.
did it with the 10%. So it wasn't exactly the traditional 10%. It was a
Mhm.
creative 10%. Like we
Oh.
really asked the universe to support with more income and more, I don't know, like creative income to support us build this house. And now we live in this house, in this beautiful island. So, like, what I'm trying to say here is that there are infinite possibilities how to play with the idea of the 10%. Just get
Mhm.
creative, do whatever creates joy and whatever makes you want to make more money so you can put it in the house of money in the envelope.
Wow. So this ten the creative 10% is different from the normal 10% you put aside, or it's the same one?
For me, it's like the extra. Let's say usually we put the 10% from any income that comes from, I don't know,
Mhm.
classes or private sessions, SOPs, anything. So this time I was like, it will be interesting. What other
Mm.
income can come, like the not regular one? And then suddenly my husband had like this it's not really stocks, I don't remember how to call it in English, but
Yeah,
something
like
from
in
work that suddenly like a bonus, like a big bonus that he received from work, or but he didn't need to work for it, you know what I mean?
like
So
magic
kind of
money.
like when you open, like what?
Magic money.
Yes, like magic money, all the unexpected ways that money can flow towards you and to you. So we were inviting that, and we were asking the contribution of the house that we're building, of the skeleton of the house. And we were kind of like playing with it. We were like, hey, house, we would like to buy these really beautiful lavender doors to you. How can you support us? How can you contribute to this 10%? And yeah, just,
Wow.
when we're playful with those things, everything is possible,
Oh
isn't
my
it?
gosh. Yes. Playful and not serious. We tend
Not
to,
to money.
what I saw, what I saw even in my past, and also I see people struggling with, is they don't trust themselves in being able to put the 10% aside. So they kind of close their 10% somewhere to don't touch it. But actually, yeah, it takes away the joy from it, I suppose, and what I get. And for me, it was like this. I like, okay, I'm not, I'm not trusting myself, so I put it very far away from me to for it to grow. But and you give a totally
Yeah,
different
I was like that.
vibe.
I get it. I totally get it. I was like that too. I kind of like avoided it, and I was even a bit like, with all the distractor implants, I was a bit ashamed or feeling guilty that I didn't put the 10% in the envelope. And what if the envelope can inspire us to be more creative and more playful with the money? So we will, contribute to the envelope, and the envelope is contributing. And the envelope is not just a thing, it's like an energy. It's a constant energy that is contributing to us. And, for me, as you can see, I love these colors. So I
Yes.
created the envelope with these colors and gold. Yeah. But I mean,
Wow.
you can play with it. It doesn't need to be an envelope. It can be a box. It can be a beautiful tapestry, like a beautiful fabric that you make, that you create. It can be so many things. So it's all about what are we choosing to be with this envelope.
Yes. And the energy of creation is like, oh, it's like an investment for future creation, like to facilitate future creation and future money into your life. And this
Yes.
this is
You
not
know,
very clear at first. Totally.
True, true. It's like how if I take away 10%, how does it contribute to my
Yeah,
future money? And it does. There is a really beautiful story that goes like runs. I don't know if it's a myth or real, but I've met someone that knows the family and says that it's true. So it's a very, very rich family that used to deal with real estate, and the grandparents, like I don't know, not the grandfather, he used to walk with a lot of money in his pocket. Okay, he used to fold it like this, like the old people used to do, and put it in the pocket. And every time that he went to do a real estate deal, he used to, touch the money just to receive the sensation of empowerment and like being in his source. And he would used to create amazing deals. And then one day he forgot this, we call it stefa, this like a money thing. So
yeah.
he looked around him and he found just a piece of paper, regular paper, and he folded this paper to create the energy of the money,
Wow.
and he put it in his pocket and he touched it and it created the same. So it's about the energy. And I love this story because it just shows us how much the energy is a contribution for us.
Totally. And how much money is energy? Totally.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. How does your envelope look like? How do you keep your 10%?
Okay, I'll take it. Just a second.
I'm always curious to see how do people create their envelopes, because it's endless and it's so different. Everyone has its own unique colors and energy. So let's see what Bianca will bring
Yay!
us. This is so cute. Yay!
Okay,
Let's
so
see the
basically,
envelope.
it has changed over the time. Now it's in this box,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh.
this is where I put the cash, which is less and less because I tend to put in the bank account. It's
Mm-hmm.
cute, and the coccinelle means
Yes.
ladybug in Italian.
Oh, beautiful. Coccinelle.
Yeah, and I I adore greens. I collected greens over the years as well. and
Beautiful.
and also for receiving money in classes, and not just in classes. I mean, Angelo gifted me this envelope with written money come.
Oh. Manicom, I love it. I love it. I'm so happy that I asked you to show this. Wow,
Yeah,
I love it.
thank you. I love it too. And there's like, oh my gosh, I received money in cash. And actually, I mean, money is also digital, and I like that as well, to see money in my bank account. Um,
Of course.
it's a nice experience that I personally never been used to until some years ago, when I chose actually to be committed to myself by putting 10% aside. Um, it it
I
has
love
created.
that you say committed, because it's commitment and choice.
Totally, yes. In my experience, I've used my 10% so many, like I've spent it all so many times, and I'm like, fuck that, I'm choosing something different, and it showed up, and more and more. Mm-mm. Um, I wanted to
This
ask
is
you
so
something.
beautiful.
What I wanted to ask. So, do you have 10% just in cash, or also in the in the bank account?
So for me, as soon as it arrives to a certain amount, not, I mean, what would it take to be like that, but like to a certain amount, and I don't know to say what is the certain amount. It like when I see that it's like puffy enough for me, then I put it in the bank.
Okay.
Okay, this is
Yes.
how it also people digitally. So then I in the bank I have this it's not a saving account, but it's something like a saving account that the 10% so
You're cutting off
in
a little bit.
oh yeah, this is what happens when you live in a small island. The Wi-Fi here is not always beautiful, but what else is possible? So
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
have the
saying that
island.
yeah. So like in the bank it has its own section, and actually like I love the cash money, I love the digital money. For me it took a while, like cash money did it more for me
Mm,
energetically until a certain point that I could also do the digital money.
wow. Wow. And another thing that I wanted to ask you is, there is have you discovered the amount of money that gives you peace and serenity around money and never you, as the amount you don't have like that created that energy to never think about
Yes,
you've discovered
yes.
it. Yes.
Yes, yes. So, and it changes also, like let's say 10 years ago, it
Mm-hmm.
was around like the most that I could think about is like 30,000 euro in my bank account in savings. I thought, wow, that would be amazing. And now 30,000 euro. This is not enough to create
It's like,
the lifestyle that I want.
mm, wow.
Yeah. And it's beautiful to see like how it changed during the years. Because really, if you would ask me 10 years ago, if like when do I think that I will create, because time is a lie, we know that. But like if you would go to Ronit 10 years ago and ask her, when do you think you will have the 30,000 euro in your bank account, just like this, in savings, I would say it will probably take 10 years, 20 years. No, no, it took 1 year. It was like that as soon as I committed. So, and now, like 30,000 euros is something that I would like to have every month or every 2 weeks or something like that. So it is
Yeah.
changing, and it is
Wow.
thanks to access tools and the money workbook that I love. I love facilitating this. It's so, you know,
True.
life-changing tools.
Every time you read it, it's something different. I don't know how it does it, but it does it.
It
Wow.
does it. Just the energy. The energy. I think we could talk about it hours. Maybe another time. Hmm?
You
I
cut
was
off a
like
little
not seeing
bit. No,
myself for. Yes.
you cut off again.
Yes, I see the internet is playing with us.
Please, internet, let us do it. So,
Yeah.
if you were to give an advice or a tool or an awareness for people who just have started the journey with 10%, what would it be? I mean, you already gave a lot of information. It's but if there is something that, yeah, could ease people into start doing it for themselves,
Yeah.
what could that
I
be?
would say just play with it. Just play, and if you think that you don't have the 10%, then put 5%. Commit to 5%. Commit to 2%. As long as you do it and you see it accumulating, then it's amazing, and it will give you so much joy. So why wouldn't you choose it? just play.
I love it. Totally. Thank you. And
Thank you.
wow. I know, Ronit, you have just been to Italy for a foundation. Oh,
Yes,
and
I participated in Rome, and Rome was such a contribution to the class. I loved it.
wow, I'm so glad that you visited Italy and you created in Italy. And I'm wondering, like, what is your next creations in Italy or all over the world? I know you travel a lot, you also to Israel, which is kind of your motherland, but not. And
True, true.
you're all over the place.
Actually, the next foundation is going to be in Arabic. For
Oh,
the, I was invited by the Access Palestine group, which is gives me the chills. You know, yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. It's very, very special and very exciting. And yeah, so my next class will be in English and Arabic. And how does it get any better than that? And yes, yes.
Changing the world.
Mhm. Yeah, bit by bit.
Wow. And
Yeah,
also your
we
mind,
we are infinite people. We're not
we
infinite being.
we totally are. Oh wow. Mm. And also online, do you have stuff coming up?
Yeah, I'm doing again a few things. Like I do a lot. I create a lot of things, but now we're doing again. I'm doing again the money workbook, which I love, and I do it probably 2 or 3 times a year. And another class, but the other class is not in English. And
Hmm.
yeah, and the foundation, the one in Arabic, Gary suggested that I will do it also online. So the Palestinians that cannot arrive to Jerusalem, they can do it online because we're not letting any government stop us and any boundaries and any limitations. So the online is very supportive of the creations.
Magic. Magic, Ronit. I'm
Yeah.
so grateful for what
Yeah.
you create and what you be. And
I'm so grateful for you, and it's so nice to see your creations over the years. It's beautiful.
thank you so, so much for kindness, support, and growing all together. I wonder what can we create in this world, changing it bit by
Yes,
bit um,
bit by bit,
into something
bit
greater.
by bit.
Yes. Thank you so much
Yes.
for being
Oh,
here.
thank
Looking
you.
forward to hugging you
But
in person.
me too. I hope that soon, really.
Yes.
La
Yes.
rivedere, buonasera, and we'll meet soon, I hope.
Oh my gosh, you say it in all these languages. Bună seara și bună seara. Sì, arrivederci.
Da.
Perfect.
Da.
Huge hug. I'll ask you for the website so I can add it your website or your references in the post. And see you very very soon, my dear. Bye.
I
How does
hope
it get in
so.
there?
Bye bye. Bye.